Hello everyone and welcome to Ajiro Tech. In this video we're going to be looking at the CIE IGCSE Information and Communication Technology. It has a course code 0417 and we'll be looking at paper 2 databases. Yeah, going into database. Now this is for examination from 2023 upwards. So stick with me with this. Okay, so let's dive in to database. Okay. Um, yes, database. Let me see. All right, database. Now tax 3 database. You're going to prepare some reports. Make sure all currency value displays a currency symbol and are set to 0 decimal places. Now, the currency symbol is of your choice, so we're going to talk about it. And I said, using the suitable database package, import the file spo2yat.csv. So let's quickly do that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a database, right? So right here, I have it right here. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to right click on new, click on Microsoft Access Database, and I'm just going to call it YAT. Okay, okay, 2023. Okay, all right. So I'm going to open it right away, and so we have this close, enable content, and I'm going to click on external data, new data source from file. A CSV is a text file. The comma stipulated value is a text file. A text file. I'm going to browse for it. So quickly, you could pause the video and look for yours as well, and I'll look for mine. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have the yard here. Just want to be sure. Yeah. Open. Click on OK. So it has to be in delimiters because it's a command stipulated value. I'm going to click on next. Now I'm going to check the first row contain field name. Notice it has to be comma. I'm going to click on next, and I'm going to use here to work with because it has primary key and everything. I'm just going to use that. Use these field names and data types. So we're going to just check, right? I'm going to click on advanced and ensure the date order is day, month, and year. Okay. Now the yard name is a text, so we have text to yard ID. The length is double, which is 1 decimal place. The builder is a text. Price is in currency. So price is in currency. So I'm going to put price in currency right here. The rest is number. I'm just going to leave it long integer. I think we should be good to go. I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to set this ID as a primary key, the yard ID. So right here, I'm going to select it. You can actually select it from here as well, but that's fine. So whichever one you want to do that is fine. Okay, and we are going to see the data. Okay, so you can actually select it from here, whichever one is fine. Okay, so I'm going to click on. I think everything is fine. Let's check. Yep, so everything is fine. I'm going to click on next and finish. Close. And obviously, if you do it in the other method where you have to open the database and click on blank database, you're going to have to see a default table which you have to delete. So this is actually very easy. So it gives you less stress, right? So invariably, I'm just showing you various ways on how to handle your database. I can open it. And I'm just going to click here and click here. In between here, double click to have the spaces. Okay. Now let's go back to the properties. Very important. They said length is 1 decimal place. So length is one decimal place. Okay, but now we need to change it. So let's quickly go um, to design view. Right here on home to design view. You can right click here to design view. Whichever method is still fine. Okay. So let's go to length. Somebody show me length. Okay. So length is right here. Okay. And the decimal place is going to be one decimal place. Okay. And the format has to be a standard. So you have to make it a standard. Okay. You have to make it a standard. Uh, so we'll make it a standard, right? And what we are simply doing is we want all numbers to be in that structure. Okay, so we want it to be a one decimal place, two decimal place, whichever one you're given to be in that structure. Okay, so even the one that is whole number should have a decimal place. Okay, so I'm just going to right click and save, switch the view to datasheet view, and now see what happens. Everyone now is in one decimal place. Okay, one decimal place. Now I'm going to switch now to the design view, and we're going to work on the price. The price is zero decimal place, a currency symbol and a zero decimal place. Okay, so I'm going to go to price right here, and under the decimal places I'm going to switch this to zero decimal place. It's fine, you can leave it like this, it's okay, it's still going to do the work. Right click, always save the changes you've made, and switch to datasheet view, and now you have it in zero decimal places. Okay, now I'm using naira because obviously I'm from Nigeria. So whichever country you're from and you're watching this video is fine, you can use whatever currency you want to use. Okay, place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field name, data types, and primary key used in the table. Now, I don't know which evidence is going to be. So what I'm going to do is this, okay? I'm just going to put it in evidence 4 and hope that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, okay? Let me just take evidence and we'll do this. So I'm going to switch to design view real quick. So right here, because my system is 14 inches, it's kind of small. I'm just going to do this so I can have a grip of this, right? Do we have it? If it's, let me see. Okay, so it's fine. So I'm just gonna take my snip tool right here, open, click on new, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, and I'm going to paste this, copy. I'm going to paste this right here. Okay, so this is going to be, I have it open. So I'm just going to paste it in, tricky, right? Let me paste it in 5. All right, so what's the least that can happen? Change it, right? Just to change the evidence number. Just gonna paste it in 5 and drag it like this. So it has both the primary key, the feed name, and the data type. Okay, it's fine. And that's formats, guys. Examine the file, examine the file, and identify the most appropriate field to set as primary key. Import the file as a new table in your database. So we have the builder. So right here, I'm going here and I'm going to just close recording. I'm going to go to external data, click new data source, from file, text file, browse, builder, okay, open. Now, as a new table in the coin database, it has to be checked, right? It has to be on that video button at default. Okay, next, first row contain field names, and then you click on, yeah, is in comma, next. Okay, format all data types as text. Okay, format all data types as text. So next, okay, Format all data types. Okay, all as text. Format all data types, they said. All data type as text. I have a telephone number right here as what? Text. So this is going to fall into short text. All data types as text. Very important. Date, month, year, fine. Okay. Set the identified field as primary key. So let's look at which is what are we going to use to set as a primary key. I'm thinking the builder ID. Let me see this. Let me see what I'm going to use. Yes, the builder ID definitely is what we're going to use. The builder ID. Okay, I'm going to click on next, click on finish. Now in the yard, do we have the builder ID? Yes, we do. So that makes it even more cool, right? Yeah. So I just will close this. The yard close. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and just to ensure that all the records are showing. Okay, that's fine by me. The phone number as a text. Okay, so what is happening? Others are not showing. You just have to check sometimes to ensure that all the fields are showing. You don't want anything to be hidden. Okay, as much as possible, you have to do that. Okay, all right, let's go ahead. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field name, data types, and power key used in the table. So I'm going to take another screenshot. I'm going to right click, save, go to home, switch the view to design view. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to take a snip tool, ensure the table name is showing as well, and we can do this. Okay, now I'm going to put this in evidence 6. Okay, yeah, I think they can see it, so I think it's okay. It's fine. Create a one-to-many relationship between the builder ID fields. Okay, so obviously they've given you a hint. So probably if you've made a mistake, you can quickly go back to change it, right? You can quickly go back to change it because they've given you a hint on that. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm just going to save, right click, close, go to database tools, relationship, hold my control to select them and click on add. Again, close, and right here to ensure all the fields are showing. So we have the builder ID here to the builder ID here. Okay, and I'm going to create. Now they said place in your evidence document showing the one-to-many relationship between the table. Now they want to see this. This is what they want to see, right? They want to just see this. Now what I do is this. Okay, um, and you can decide to do which. You can decide to just do this, and I'll show you. You can decide to take only the screenshot, and it's fine. But I like taking everything. Just call it doing too much. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna do this. Okay, and they're showing one-to-many relationship. I'm going to copy this just in case. Evidence document. I have 7. All right. All right. Add the following as a new record in the yard table. Now I'm adding a new record in the yard table. I'm going to do this. Okay, let me just do this quickly. Okay, save, close. Now, if you come to the builder, you're going to see a plus, and it's going to show you the yard that these people have built. Okay, it will show you the builder name and of course the yard they have built. Okay, so we have this now. So we're going to add this in the yard right here. So I'm just going to close the builder, And watch what I'm going to do, guys. I'm just going to split. I'm using Windows 11. I'm just going to split this so that I can enter this record right here. Okay. So what I will do, instead of going to 460, I'm just going to click the last record, which is right here, and I'm just going to click on add new blank document. Okay, so I'm just going to do here, right? Move my arrow down, and the yard name is going to be what? I'm just going to type and select. Obviously, that's what you do in your exam. The type is motor, and the yard ID is MO126. The length is 26. Now, automatically it's going to change to 26.0. They know what they are doing, okay? Because the length is been set to 1 decimal places. If you think probably, is this saying the truth? Right here, 1 decimal place. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. I was just a bit, no, what? Let's back. Okay, let's get back to work. All right. So we have this, right? So the next one is the builder ID is 31 SANIT, and the amount is 795000. Okay, and the build year is 2011. Sleeps is 6. Crew is 3. Okay, now I'm going to go up, move up, and now the record has been added with my arrow up. Okay, that is done. So I'm just going to maximize this. Now you have to be very careful when you're adding new records on your data sheet. You have to be extremely very careful, as you might experience some error because the relationship has been created. Okay, so I think that's done. I'm just going to right click, save. Now, using fields from both table, just want to be sure this is recorded. Produce a tabular report. Okay, so let's produce a tabular report. Now, they say select the records where the first thing you do before producing the report is to run your query. Now, this is the first thing you do, your query right here, right? In this order. Now, I'm going to right click. I'm going to highlight this with my queries is going to be in yellow. Okay, so let's get this done. Now, I'm going to close this. Click on create, pin this. I'm going to click on query wizard, simple query. Now they said select feed from both table. Using feed from both tables, produce a tabular report. Okay, that selects the record where, so from both tables, right? So let's look at it. So the first one we have is the yard name. The next one is the builder name. So builder name is actually in build. The next one is what? Type. The next one we have is length. We have price. Build year. Then we have build country. Sleeps. Crew. And total bet. So obviously for total bet, we have to create it as well. Okay, we have to create it as well. So we have to create the feed for it. So I will find, and we're going to click on next. Next. Now the title is going to be the same title with the report. Now what is the include the heading? Yard less than 15 years old. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to finish. Now we can check. So we have the yard name, builder name, type, length, price, build year, build country, sleeps, crew. Now we can work with this. Now the next thing we're going to do is, in the query, is run the criteria. So we're going to do this. This is going to be a query as well. Okay. Now they said the build year was after 2010. If you check, this is 468 records, right? Now, what we're going to do is right here on home, switch to design view. Now they said the build year was what? The build year is after 2010. Now we have logical some logical operators like greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, and equals to. Now was after is greater than. Okay, so we're going to have the build year is going to be under criteria greater than 2010, and we're going to run it. Now end of the day we have 61 records. Now if you check the build year, it is what? After what? 2010. The length is 40 or less. That is less than or equals to. The length is 40 or less. Okay, so I'm going to switch to design view, and the length is what? Is going to be less than or equals to what? 40, because it's what? 40 or less. That's less than or equals to. Okay, and I'm going to run it. This is going to be what? 35 records. That's fine. Now the next thing we're going to do is number 3. We're going to create this field. I'm going to highlight this with yellow. Total bets. So let's create it. I'm going to switch to design view. Now I'm going to move to a new field right here, and I'm going to click on my builder, or you could right click on it and you can click on build, whichever one. So I'm going to click on my builder. Now let's look at the formula. Right, it's calculated at one time. The field will add the sleeps field to the crew field. Now it is adding, right? It's going to add the sleep field to the crew field. So we have the sleep field plus the crew field. Okay. Now we are going to change this special one, delete it, and come back to the question. I'm just going to copy this. Obviously in exam you're going to type it the way it is, and I'm going to paste it here. Now the semicolon is out. Okay, so we have this here. I've added the semicolon. Okay, I want you guys to see this real close. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. Let me stretch it so you guys can see it. Okay, so we have this right here. The expression 1 was changed to this. Okay, now I can still move it a bit. I want you guys to see it. So this is it right here. All right, it's fine, and then I'm going to run it. Now you can see that the sleep, according to the question, they said to add what? The sleep field to the crew field. So the sleep field have added to the crew field, and we have the total birth. Okay. Now we can now create our report. Okay. So we have all the fields, and now we can now create our report. So I'm just going to right click, save. Now click on create. I'm going to close this. Close. Now I'm going to click on the report wizard. Now I don't have to switch from anything. I'll just go to the query and I'm just going to move everything. Sorry. So this is to move them one by one, and this is to move everything. I'm just going to move everything, knowing fully well that I'm going to. So now we'll come back to this in a minute. Now sort the data into ascending order of type. Next, they said do not group the data. Now this right here for report, I'm going to make this permit me to use green, right? So this right here is do not group. This shows that this is on group. If you click here, it shows it is group. But if you click here, this means that it is not group, right? So you're going to click on next, next, sort the data into what? Into ascending order of type. And then descending order of length. Ascending order of type and then descending order of what? Length. Just want to be sure. Okay. Next. Now reports are tabular. Okay. Remember we go back and said produce what? A tabular report. So forms are columnar, right? They said has a page orientation of landscape. Next. What's going to be the title? The yacht. I'm just going to copy this. Then I'm going to preview what I've done. And I'm going to close it. Switch, I like working with the layout view. So switch it to layout view. I can close this. Now what else? I said include the heading yards less than 15 years old as a title. Displayed in a larger font size at the top of the page. Larger font size. What's the definition of larger font size? Let me know in the comment section right here in the video. So I'm going to click on home, format, and I'm just going to make it 30. Okay, I'm just going to make it black and I'm going to make it bold. Now, so let's go. So now they said show. Now this is where we can now make this in this order, right? So we're not going to make this now a report. So we're going to show the feed, the yacht name. Okay, I just want to know where type is. Type is before length. You just want to know where length is. Length. Okay. Oh, scattered. So price. Do I have price? So price is here. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to move. Now, if you select this, hold your control to select this as well. Select this. Hold your control. Select this. I'm going to just move this right here. It's messy. I know. Let me undo it. I don't want to confuse anybody. So what I'm going to do is this. Okay. What I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to hold my control. Move this a bit. Move this here. Okay. So let's take it slow. The whole idea is for you to learn. Okay. So we have this right here. We have the yacht name, builder name. What again? Type. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to make this left align. I prefer all of them to be in one alignment. But if I want to leave it the same way, it's fine. But I just prefer all of them to be in one alignment. Okay. I think that is more. I think it's more professional. Okay. So we have the type, the length, the price right here. The next one is what? Build year. I think is this. Just gonna make it left align. Build country. Slips. Crew. Then we have Tutubet. Okay. Has your name, center number, candidate number in the footer of the report so it displays on every page. Now we have what we call the report footer and the page footer. Okay, so I'm just going to switch this. Click on home, switch this to the design view. Okay, so now this is the report footer, the page footer. So I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to adjust this a bit here. Okay, just to adjust it a bit. Now you can let in other properties here. You can just leave it. You don't have to delete it because they said has your name. They said if it has only your name, then it means it needs to be only your name. Okay, that's what it means. So let's do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add a label, right? And I'm just going to move it slightly. Type my name here, Ajiro, ND, EN 017. Okay, 2023. Now click on format. Okay, click on it, centralize it, make this, bold it, make it a 12. There's no crime to it. Okay, so I have this right here. Okay, so what else? Save and print your report. So yep, I think we're done. Switch on view. I'm going to save this, save, and I'm going to have a print preview. Okay, so everything is looking good. It's important to have a print preview. Nope, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. So I'm just going to switch to layout view. Under the builder name, I'm just going to just move it a bit. Okay, hold your control, move it a bit. Now remember this is crew, so crew is for number. So probably okay, you just move it together, the field and the records, move it together. I think that's fine. The build here, you can just okay, they can be moved together. The price, still have the price a bit. Move it together. The length, move it together. The type, we can still move it a bit. Yep. So the whole essence is for this because okay, I'm still not moved it a bit. Okay. So I can probably do this and move it here. Okay. So now I can go to home, switch to print preview, and I just want to be sure that everything is okay. Something is not right here. Just want to be sure. Company. Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem right here. This is why it's important to always check your work. Very important. Go through the print preview. Go through it to ensure like nothing is literally. I think this should be good. Now let's switch to print preview. Now everything is showing, right? And if we have a next, we could also do that. You can see my name is appearing on all of them to ensure that nothing is cutting off. Okay, Mirabel I. I think that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so yes, I'm going to print this to PDF, and this is going to be print out 3. Okay, because obviously we have to do another one. If not, it's fine. So let's go ahead. Okay, so let's do this, right? So stick with me. I hope you guys are having fun. Let me know in the comment section. The first report we just did, what were your issues, and then we can look at it together. Using field from both table, produce yet another tabular report. Okay. Now the report you're going to be producing this time around, they said select. Now you know what to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a query, and we're going to work with what we have. So we're going to use this field in this order. So this is going to be our query. Okay, so let's do this. Let me close, save, close. Click on create, click on query wizard, a simple query. Remember, you're producing from both tables, not from the query you've created. Now we have the yard name. Okay, the yard name is there. What again? We have the builder name. Okay, we have the type. That should be the yard. Yeah, the type, the length, the build country. This will be for the build country in this order. So we have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is missing? The yard name, the builder name, the type. Oh, the price. Okay, so where do we get the price? I'll click here and I'm going to fix the price here. Okay. All right. So that's a way to fix it in between, right? So we have the yard name, builder name, the type, the length, the price, and the build country. I'm going to click on next, next. Now, what is going to be the report title? Oceanic Boat Builders. I'm going to copy this. Now, the same thing is what is your report title is also going to be the same thing as your query title. I'm just going to open this. Now, this is my query. Click here. Okay. So I have it as 446. Now they said select only those records. Now the first thing we have done is this. The second thing we're going to do is by running the criteria, which is also part of query. Okay. Now they said select only those records where the country code is NZ or AU. Now we have another query what we call picking between two or multiple items. So the all simply means that it has to display only NZ or AU. Okay, it has to display what we call the NZ only or the AU. Okay, so let's do that real quick. So I'm just going to save, click on home, switch to design view. Now we have what we country code. Now we do not have a country code. Now guys, I want to show you something. Now we do not have a country code here. So this is what we're going to do, right? Because I said the country code. Now we're going to add the field. Let's make all the fields show real quick. We're going to bring this country code here, and we're going to do this, right? We have the criteria is what NZ, okay, or AU, right? And we're going to run it like this. It works, okay? So you have the AU and we have the NZ, but it must not show, right? It doesn't have to show. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, go to design view, and we're going to uncheck the table. We're going to uncheck that particular field, and we're going to run it, and we have this, okay? Builder name include the text. Yeah, now we have what we call a wildcard. We have what it begins with, what it ends with, and what is in between. Now for what it begins with, we have the asterisk yard, and what is ending is yard asterisk, and then we have asterisk yard asterisk in between. They said it has to include the text. So this means it has to be between. It has to be text yard, builder name yard, include yard, whatever you're doing yard. Okay. So the builder name. Okay. I'm just going to copy this. Obviously, in exam, you have to type it the way it is. So we have the asterisk yard asterisk. Okay. So I'll add my asterisk here. Where is my asterisk? I think I added it somewhere. Yes. So we have the yard asterisk yard, and this is going to be the builder name. Okay. I'm going to run it. Now watch what happens. It's going to be 30 records. Then you see that in every of the builder name, there is what we call, it has a text called the yard. Okay. So let's go ahead. So I think we're done at this point. So the next thing is for us to create a report. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Save. I'm going to close this. Hope you guys are having fun. Stick with me. Okay. Then I'm going to click on create report wizard. Now what I've created right here, the query, I'm going to go to the oceanic boat builder, and I'm just going to move everything. Click on next. Now notice that I said do not group the data. So this is going to be a report because it falls under the report. So do not group. So this is group, this is on group. So do not group, it has to be here. Click on next. Click on next. The next thing is sorting, right? Sort the data, which is going to be in the report, into descending order of price. Descending order of price. So we have price here, and it's going to be descending. Okay. Next. Has a page orientation of portrait. This is going to be a report, and at default it has that. Okay, and it's a single page. And what is going to be the title? Oceanic Boat Builders. I'm going to copy this. Now the only essence why we have to do this here is if you use a different name, That will be the title, and then you have to change it. Okay, so I'm going to click on, I just want to preview it, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, I'm going to immediately close and switch this to the layout view. Okay, now we have, okay, as a title, display in a larger font size at the top of the page. Okay, so I'll click this, click format, and click 30 right here, and I'm going to, yeah, hold it. Okay, so they said calculate. No, before we do all this, you know what, before we do all this, now let's ensure that they are within this. I think we have to sort order of price. So price is before build country, right? So price is before build country. So I'm going to put this here and probably do this. Okay, I'm going to move this. So we have the yard name, the builder name right here, and I'm going to move it like this. I'm going to move it like this. The next thing we're going to do is the type. I'm going to move it here a bit, and I'm going to adjust it like this, right? Um, the next thing I'm going to do is the length. Okay, I'm going to work on the length. I'm going to work on the length. So here is the length, guys. Let me do this. I'm just going to adjust this a bit. Adjust this a bit. The length is here. No worries. Now let me do this. I'm going to hold my control to do this, and I'm just going to quickly move this here, and right here in the length, I'm just going to adjust it. Right, adjust it. Now, like I said, I want all my fields to be in one alignment, so I'm just going to do it here. So we have the price. Just going to adjust the price here. Just going to make it in one alignment. Then we have build country. Okay, I think build country can be there, and we can move this here a bit. Okay. Okay, so let me check. Do we have any field overlapping? Just want to be sure. Just move this a bit. Okay. So yeah, we could have this here. It's fine. Okay, so I think this is, hold it right here. I'm going to adjust it, and I'm going to do this. Okay. I still feel there should be a bit of space. It's just me, but I feel there should be a bit of space here. Click here, click the records, hold your control, and then you can release and move. Yep, I think this is fine. Yes. All right, so I think we're done here. Now, so we have this sorted into right here, and all labels are displayed in full. So this becomes what we have as a report. Okay, so we have the yard name, the builder name, the type, the length, the price, and the build country. Okay, now calculate the average length in this selection. The average length. Okay, so I'm just going to click this. Now go here to report layout design. Under the report layout tools, click here, and here under totals, click on the average. Now if I scroll down a bit, you're going to see the average right here. Now, so we have the average right here. Now they said in this selection, okay, and position this number below the length column. So it's actually in the length column. Done. This is also going to be a report, right? Display the average length value to one decimal place. Now, this is the beauty of doing everything according to this video, because at the end of the day, it's going to give you the one length, except specified otherwise. Okay. So I've included the title here. So this is a report. Now, so include the calculate the average in this selection and position this below the length column. So I've positioned this below the length column. I'm just going to do this. Probably make this click on format and make this, yes, bold. It's fine. Now, has your name, center number, candidate number at the top or bottom of the report? So you have a choice. It can be at the top, it can be at the bottom. Well, I choose for it to be at the bottom of the report. Okay, so I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to save, right here on home, switch to design view, right? So I'm going to paste it here. Now you can set up make it in the report folder, but me, I just want to make it in the page folder, right? Obviously it's one page, so right, no one is going to know. Okay, so I have this here. So I'm going to click on my labels, my label, and I'm just going to drag this a bit, type my name, okay, ND 17 2023, right? Click on it, click on format, centralize it, right here, bold. Okay, I know I'm making it 12. I'm just doing too much. That's me, right? So I'm just going to adjust this here. Okay, so we have this right here. Use my arrow to navigate a bit. Okay, I think this is okay. Just need to charge a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we're officially done with this. So let me save and switch to layout view. Oh, no, what? Let me switch to print preview. And let's see the work we've done. Okay, so we have this. Um, we have my name. Yeah, I think this is fine. Nothing is cut off. Everything looks good. So yes, it's a good day in the office, right? Now save and print your report. I'm going to save and I'm going to print. Please endeavor to print it to PDF. Very important, right? So this is going to be print out 4. Okay. Now they said export the report created at step 23. Okay. It's a good thing I did database first, right? Okay. At step 23 in a portable document format. Wow. So I'm going to export it. Now what I'm going to do is this, right? This is Oceanic. I'm going to close it. Now right here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click to export and I'm going to make it to PDF. Okay. Save the exported file in your work area. Okay. Exported file in your work area. So I'm just going to use Oceanic Boat Builder, guys. And this is going to be in PDF. I'm going to publish this in PDF. And this is done. They said place in your evidence document a screenshot to show the exported file saved in your work area. Make sure there's evidence of the file type. This simply means that I'm just going to change the view to details. Okay. And what they want to see is the evidence. So I'm just going to switch. Okay, so we have it right here, right? They want to see the evidence, which is I'm using Edge PDF document, right? That's the type. But if you want to, it'll be extreme. They said there's evidence of what the file type. So it's PDF is right here. It's showing. If you want to add extension, it's fine. But I think this is really good for me. So I'm just going to take a screenshot right here, new, and I'm just going to take the screenshot right here to show that. Okay, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to place this in what evidence what 8. Okay, my goodness me, this was a good guess. Okay, so we have this right here. Okay, and this is 28 marks, guys. So we have come to the end of this video. Now, one more thing to do before we talk about the concluding part. Now, it is very important that you check your PDF to see that they are okay to your liking. There are no errors made. Just go through it to see what has been done. Just have a view of it. Okay, I'm okay. Your name, your center number, candy number is showing. Everything is looking good at your end, and you open all the printouts and you're looking at it, right? It's good, everything looks good, and if you're okay with it, then yeah, it's a good day in the office, and then you can decide to close. And one more final thing, guys, I want to talk about Ajiro Tech, right? Literally, this is loaded with a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to tell you to join it. Don't forget, subscribe to it, share it among your friends who are going to write IGCSE for May, June, October, November, as of the time that you're watching this video. It is loaded with people 2, people 3, people 1, like literally, it is all for you. Have fun with it. I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye.